Hey guys, so first of all I want to apologise to everybody in the UK. We've been having an amazing summer, and the one day that I decide to go outside and make some content for you lovely presenters, and bam, the heavens open. I've jinxed us. I'm sorry guys, summer is over. But what I want to talk about quickly, I'm going to make a series of videos and share those with you over the next few weeks, but I want to get back to some basics. One of the things I hear a lot is that whilst people might feel comfortable with using PowerPoint or Prezi, they're good at presenting, they're still not creatives and they struggle to find good imagery. And that kind of amazes me because we all have one of these that I'm using right now, a smartphone, and most of them these days have incredible cameras. And so look around. Most people I come across will spend, or waste I should say, hours, sometimes days, searching through places like Shutterstock, online image libraries, the terrible Google image library that we see used a lot in presentations. And you can just go outside, grab your smartphone, go and take some photos, write a quick list on paper as to what type of images you're after, and get out there and take them. You don't have to be in the wildlife, in the forest surroundings like I'm in right now. You can be anywhere. Go to your coffee shop, get some photos of people there. So I'm out and about today. I'll show you some examples of photos that I'm taking, and maybe when I get back to my desk later on, show you how I would drop those into PowerPoint slides. But try and be a bit more proactive. And the one thing, the great thing about this as well, your audience will love it and they'll have never seen anything like the images. Only you are going to be getting those images. They're not going to be for anywhere else. They're not going to look like anything else. And the great thing as well is all of our phones have lots of amazing filters these days. So even if you take an average photo, it can look great. So let's just get outside a bit more when we can. I'll take some photos and I'll show you how I would apply those to slides. Okay guys, so I'm back at my desk. I'm going to very quickly show you what we can do with a couple of the images that I captured. I'm just going to start a brand new presentation from a blank template, and of course I'll go to the insert menu, choose picture from file. Obviously if you're on a Mac or a PC, the way in which you transfer your images to whatever it is you use will be different, so I'm not going to go into details there. We should all know how to do that these days. So here's an image that I took a second ago actually on my laptop here, and I'm just going to make that nice and big, and that can be one of my slides. Of course what I can do then is right click on that image, send it to the back, and then I could use the text box to enter a title over the top, make the title white and bold, and I'll probably move its position so it's not covering up Yoda's face there. You get the idea. So if we just do another quick example and go to a new slide, and then here we'll go to inserts and grab another one of those images. So one of the things that you might want to do is try and find some really nice images that you can use for backgrounds in your slides. So this was actually just a really old wall that I thought looked great. So again, I'm inserting it into my slide, right click, center back, then I can add text and everything over the top of it. Now of course one other thing I can do as well in PowerPoint is that when I've got that image selected, I can go to the top of my screen here in the menu bar and I can play around with so many different options. I can change the brightness and contrast, I can change the color values that are being used. If I want all of the images I've taken to be or to have a nice wash of blue all the way through, because blue is part of my branding guidelines, then I could do that very easily. One of the neat little things you could do as well is over here on the top right, you can animate as a background. So if you click on this and then
select an area of the image that you want PowerPoint to focus in on, then press apply. What happens is when you go into present mode, it will very, very slowly zoom into that area that we selected. So if you're presenting a piece of content for 30 seconds to a minute or so, the background will be slowly moving. And you can play around with the timings on that as well, of course. So there is so much that you can do with your images once you get them into PowerPoint, and I'd really encourage you to just try and be a bit more creative, get out there, take some snaps. Don't worry, don't feel nervous about trying to be the world's best photographer. You've got a phone, it's going to have a decent camera in it. There's lots of filters and extensions you can play around with on the phone itself and also inside PowerPoint. So go for it and create something that your audience will have never seen before. I hope that's been useful. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have experimented with this and how you got on.